So yeah, I'm back again on this channel. I don't think I've really abandoned it. I just never really felt the need to use it over the past sort of, how long has it been? 4, 5 months? I don't even know at this point. But as you can probably tell by the title, because I already know what the title's gonna be, I really hate limerance. I know I made a video about hating limerance, but I really hate it. Like, I didn't realise just how bad it could be, like, for my state of mind, my peace of mind, should I really say. I suppose, well, before I really get into it, I do apologise if you can hear my air conditioning. I've got it on because it is really hot in the UK right now. Anybody from the UK will know. But it is roasting, so I do apologise if you can hear that. But I think I don't even know really where I should start with this. I suppose I could just sort of say, well, I think the reason I've not really used this channel for the past 4 or 5 months is because I've not really felt like I've needed to. And that's because I actually got myself a girlfriend, which I was very surprised about. She's lovely, and, you know, we have fun together, we have a lot of fun together. The only downside is that, unfortunately, she has the audacity to live 3,500 miles away. So, I mean, it's long distance, but I wouldn't have taken it on if I had have thought that there was no chance of it going anywhere. But it is hard. I don't think I was sort of prepared for how hard it is going to be. But I think that's just one of those things I have to sort of tackle as it comes, instead of sort of fully preparing for that. So it's tough. It is tough. I don't really know how to sort of deal with it, really. I say deal with it. Like, it'll be, what's the date today? It's the 14th. It'll have been 2 months in 4 days. So, and we've been talking since, what, February? So it's been a while. And we've obviously, I mean, gotten to know each other as much as we sort of really can in that time span and the distance, but, you know, we really like each other. We do really like each other, and I'm just, you know, I'm really grateful for her. She's patient with me, I'm patient with her. We've both got our own differences, but we're very, very similar in a sense. We both suffer with ASD and ADHD, possibly BPD. I'm not really sure on my front. I've never been diagnosed with it, but I'm pretty certain, like, there are traits there. So it's tough in that way, but at least we sort of know how to deal with those issues when either of us has a bad day, which I suppose is good. You know, that is a benefit of being in this situation with someone so similar. So it does have its benefits. Obviously, I'm not just going to go abandoning her if she has a bit of a bad day, because what sort of person would I be if I did that? You know, she's not done that for me. If I've had a sort of bad day, I wouldn't dare do that for her, and, you know, we're grateful for each other for that. But I think my problem stems from the fact that limerence, you know, you want to be with them and sort of experience time with them all the time. When you're not, it's like something's been torn away from you, and I can't quite describe it for people that haven't experienced it. Um, it's quite tough to sort of put that into words, but I think for me, my main problem is that I, well, I can't work. I'm disabled. I'm classed as disabled, so I can't work. And so my days are spent doing what you're seeing right now, just sat playing a goddamn video game that I don't even know if I really want to play, but I feel like I've got nothing else I can do, so I sort of force myself to enjoy them sometimes. Um, and obviously she's a little bit of the same. Um, she has her own difficulties, and so she doesn't like work. She has a little part-time thing she does, but that's very rarely. I don't even know if she gets paid for that. So, like, it's very. I don't want to say. I don't even know really how to describe it. It's sort of Sorry, I've just got a message from her now. Uh, I don't really know how to describe it. Sorry about that. Um, so I just sort of. Well, we had a lot of free time, and we would call for. We'd be on the phone for hours. I'm talking upwards of like 7 to 8 hours a day, average. So it could be more, could be less. Um, we would like we'd sleep on the phone because we sort of didn't really want to be away from each other, which is is really nice. And then I was informed, or I say informed, like she had been signing up for like extracurricular classes that she wanted to do in her spare time, which great, good for her. She should be able to do those things if she wants to. But she's just so busy with them now. And I feel stupid for even saying it like this has been going on for months. This has been the third day that this has been going on. She started them, so let's say Wednesday. It's Friday now. She started them Wednesday. So we went from calling 8 hours a day, like 6 hours minimum, to not talking properly for like 3 days, and I'm I'm going insane, and like I'm filling my day with what I can, but again, the limerence is just taking hold now, and I just can't help but feel like my day is so boring, so full of nothing, and I just, oh Christ, I haven't like enjoyed the past 3 days at all. I mean, she's tried to message me on and off, like when she's gotten back or when she wakes up, and so we haven't even really talked through messages or anything like that. It's been it's been hard to adjust. Um, I've been sort of trying to keep a level head about it and not sort of show to her that it's getting to me. Because, I don't want her to have to deal with that as well as, like, the stress of her new classes, because, they're quite socially demanding. And, I mean, she has said that, she's sorry she hasn't been able to talk, but she's just been really busy. And I get that. I do get that. Like, that's not easy to deal with. And obviously I don't want them to stop. I don't want her to stop these classes because she's enjoying them. She says she's having fun. She likes her teachers, her peers. So they're obviously good for her. But I just maybe I'm being selfish for even thinking this. but I just feel like I'm getting left behind a little bit. And I know it's still relatively early doors for us, but I can't help but feel like I'm being forgotten about. It's like my worst fear is just happening before my eyes. I just feel like I can't say anything about it for fear of feeling like I'm too needy. And I know, obviously, communication's a big thing, and it is for us, but there are some things I don't know, I don't know if it's my pride or whatnot, just refuses to let me talk about without feeling like just a waste of space that is too overly needy. Like, she's got her own issues. I don't want to add, like, my mental state onto her currently already socially demanding schedule. So, throughout the day, I'll message her a couple of times, just saying, I miss you, I'm thinking of you, hope you're doing okay. And then when she gets in, I'll get a couple of very short messages back, and we'll talk for like, I don't know, we'll share like 8 or so messages between us each, and then that'll be it. And she'll have fallen asleep, and I'm just sat awake thinking, Christ, I hate myself. It's exhausting. It's exhausting. I know I'm doing the whole like, oh, woe is me sort of thing, but I hate it. Like, I don't know. I want to broach it to her, but I don't know how. And I think I'm projecting my own insecurities there. And the reason for that is every time someone like comes to me with something like that, saying, "Oh, I know, obviously busy, but can you do this, or can you help me with this? Because I don't like feeling like this." I feel like, okay, that's a bit of a personal attack. I'm not doing too good, and I know they've come to me in like a very normal way that's not an attack whatsoever. But my brain perceives it as such, and so therefore just instantly goes in the defense mode, and I hate that. I really hate that. I know that's a me issue, but I don't really want to. I know I'm sort of projecting that on her and judging her by my own standards here, but I don't want to make her feel that way if she does feel that way, and so I haven't said anything yet, and I know that obviously I'm sort of in the wrong for that. I don't want to say I've got an issue, but like there's something that's bothering me, and I could fix that by talking to her. But for whatever reason, my brain just thinks I don't want to make her feel bad, so I'm just going to take on all of the discomfort to my own detriment, sure. So I don't really know what to do on that front. I don't know how to speak to her about this, and I know that's just a me issue, but unfortunately that is just a big deal for me. Like, I don't want to make her feel bad, but the limerance is really kicking me down right now. I'm sat here right now just thinking, I know I just got a message from her, but that's the first message in like 2 hours, and I'm going stir crazy because like the one person that's giving me tons and tons of dopamine and like happiness at the moment is too busy, and so I feel like my brain automatically just goes to the whole, oh, I'm losing her, oh, she's finally figured out how annoying and how much of a dickhead I am, or oh, she hates me and she's just sort of too afraid to say it. And I mean, I know that probably isn't true, and there is a part of my brain that's sort of telling me, it's not that deep, man, just deal with it for a bit, or, open up to her, but there's always that bigger, slightly less rational part of me that just goes, yeah, but what if? What if, though? What if she's just, you know, using this as a fancy excuse. You know, she's obviously got classes. Well, I mean, and then saying, well, just I can't be able to talk to him anymore. You know, I'm so insecure, and maybe that means I'm not really ready for this thing, but I like her a lot, and we get on a lot, and I don't really want to lose her because I feel like I'm too uppity, for want of a better word. So, like, I'm trying to learn as I go, and the only way I can learn to deal with this sort of thing is by exposure therapy, I think. Because, you know, I've been single for God knows how many years. Like, I'm 25 now, right? I'm 25 and I'm still dealing with things that, like, a teenager should be dealing with. Because I've just not really had the experience to deal with it. And so, I'm learning as I go. And I don't want to sort of stop that, if you will. And, like, just say, well, clearly I'm not great enough here, so bye. But, I know I just need to get used to it. And, like, this is going to be a change of pace for both of us, but Christ, I feel so lonely right now. You know, I've gone from talking to someone who, like, gives me so much happiness every day, and then we're now on, like, the third day of not talking. Granted, it's Friday today, it's the weekend, you know, things should get a bit better, but, you know, she's got stuff on at the weekend, which she usually does. So, it might just be the same story again. And I guess this is where people are going on about these difficulties that appear in long-distance relationships. You know, you can't always be there for each other, and, like, even when you want to be, it sort of sucks, because it makes you feel bad. And so, it is tough. But I think I don't think I'm managing it, or coping with it all that well. It's just sort of I have to deal with it, and it sucks, and I'm going a bit nuts, not being able to at least talk to her, or, like, even compliment her or hear her voice. You know, it's weird stuff like that. Like, I thought the hardest part before this was sort of, you know, if she's having a bad day, I can't really be there to offer my support or help. But now it's more sort of, I can't really speak to her all the time, or even just, you know, pop round to her house and say, oh, hi, you know, I'll be here for you, I'll help you with something. You know, she is just having to do her own things now, and I'm just stuck on the other side of the world, not doing anything. Like, I want to just sort of say to her, you know, oh, you know, I'm going, I feel like my brain's going a bit crazy. She's always said, you know, I'm happy to reassure you if, like, you need me to, and I have sort of needed her to, and she has been happy to do so. Like, she's always said, yeah, yeah, we're still good, don't worry, we're still good. I even, like, asked her yesterday, because I felt a bit crazy, and she still was like, yeah, we're fine, you know, everything's good, don't worry. But, I don't know, part of me just wants to say to her, like, if you're gonna have a busy day, can I just, you know, when you get a spare 5 minutes, just say, you know, I miss you too, or something. But I don't know, part of me just feels like I'm criticising her, because that's how I would feel if I got that message, and I don't want to do that to her in the case she does feel like that, because that's just going to shut her down a bit. So, I'm stuck. I don't know where to go from here. And I know, again, this is like a me issue, but I don't know. I don't know. Again, I'm so ill-equipped at the moment. I don't have the experience or the knowledge, plus the fact that we're both sort of irrational in our mind, thanks to God knows how many diagnosed and undiagnosed conditions we both have. It's tough. I'm just gonna say that it's tough. And again, the limerance is getting to me. like they're not being able to sort of just I don't know how to describe it. Again, it's just that the one thing, the one person that was giving me so much happiness and like making me feel really happy is now busy a lot of the time, and I can't talk to her, and oh, it's driving me nuts. And I know that I'm like really selfish for just thinking of myself there, but I can't help it. It's all I've ever done. Well, I don't want to say thinking of myself is all I've ever done, but it's just like it's all I've ever known. Just sort of thinking about where the dopamine is coming from. It, it's rough. It's rough, but I can't help how I feel at the end of the day. And I just hope that things sort of resolve themselves, or I find a way to sort of broach it with her that doesn't make it seem like I'm trying to criticize her, or I can find a way that if, like, when I read it, it sort of makes me think, I wouldn't feel criticized if someone sent me that, then I would send that. That's just, I really want to talk to her, but I don't want to make her feel bad, I think is what I'm trying to sort of get at. Like, I'm finding it really tough to find that balance at the moment. And I know obviously talking to her and finding out her boundaries and the way she sort of perceives things is important, and I want to sort of do that and adhere to that. But obviously, like I say, it's still early doors for us. I don't know everything about her yet. And so I don't know if I'm going to be sort of writing the death warrant for this like thing before it even really gets going. And I don't know, I'm just lost. Like, the limerance is getting to me. I have the way to fix it. It's like there's a lock in front of me and I have a billion keys. Like, one of them is going to work. I have the solution here. But Christ, I have no idea how I find out which one's the one that fits. And it's exhausting, because I'm trying to sort of think of it in a rational way, while my mind is being the most irrational it has been in ages, months. So I don't know where to go or what to do. But I'm assuming I'll think of something eventually. Or I'll end up sabotaging myself so much again that I'm going to be exactly where I was at the very beginning of this year, at the very beginning of next year. I suppose we'll see. But until then, that is basically all I want to talk about. I feel rough. I'm not happy about it. But it is what it is. So yes. I suppose thank you if you've made it this far. Again, sorry for the noise of my AC in the background, but I can't really help that. It's too hot. It's probably not helping things either. But yeah, thank you all for getting to this point, and hopefully my next one won't be as annoying or stressful. Bye.